something that would probably ask for me to create an account, but excuse me, with a username and a password, or maybe my username would be my email address, but something like that with a password, and I would go ahead and do that, and then I would fill out my profile information, my name, my address, and, probably my date of birth and things like that, and then I would expect a payment screen so that I can actually pay for my subscription. I would go ahead, fill that out, send it, and there might be, upgrades or for the membership. There might be something else to purchase that might be beneficial to me other than a membership, and that would be fine with me. If there's upsells, I would look through them and see if there's anything of interest to me, like maybe a discount on having your will drawn up. That would be great. Something like that. But if there's an upsell, I will check it out and see if there's anything that I think that me or my family could use. But I would expect that to happen, as and I would go through the upsells, yes or no, and then I would get to my final page that would show me exactly what I'm purchasing that day, or at that time, and I would go ahead and say, subscribe.
What I would expect to find is, well, obviously it's going to ask for my first and last name. I would expect for it to ask my email. I would give it a password. It might give me the specifications as to what the requirements were for the password. I would expect on that page, hopefully there's just one flat rate.
Name, address, city, state, zip code, telephone number, email address, billing information, birth date, because you have to be a certain age to join the AARP. That's about all.
And you won't know that I am, but I am. Well, you're going to have your name and your address, phone numbers, not social security numbers, but they're going to want to know your age, your birth date, and your spouse's birth date. They're going to want to know your their email, possibly phone numbers, probably phone numbers, and then get login information. Let's get something set up to have a login information and password and such. Now that I've clicked on it, I'm still looking away. I'm going to look at it and go to the next question. Overall, the task was
I asked for my name, my address, my email, and maybe my age. I think those are probably the things that it would ask for. Now you're ready to become a member.
Yet. So if I clicked on the join, I'm pretty sure it's going to be your general informational page, name, address, email, maybe a few other questions, and then of course a way to pay for the membership fee. Now you're ready to become a member. Please click on the join link and complete the application form in step 1. Use fake information. Please describe your experience as you progress through the fields. And so let's click on the join. And I have this
contact information, including my address, phone number, and email account, and then a way to also whether I have a spouse or partner, and any information about my spouse or partner, my age, place of employment, perhaps, not sure if that would be in there or not, and then a way to process the payment.
My email address, perhaps my phone, I don't know, and then they're going to want my credit card information, I would assume.
Describe the fields I would expect to find in the join process. If I were to click join, then I would expect my name and personal information to come up, my birth date, basic registration information that you would provide. I would actually also expect to find a field in there to have to put my social security number. And that I would just expect to be taken to a page where it's like a basic registration page. And then also a payment option in order to join. So whether I would, probably pay with credit card or, if they offer some other form of payment. But, registration of name, address, phone number, probably social security information, an email, and then payment form. And whether I would want to do auto renew or just a regular yearly membership.
Information page where it asks for your name, address, probably age, if you have a spouse or partner, how you're going to pay for it, enter your credit card information or what have you. I suppose that's it. Hopefully not too much more than that. That's about what I
would expect when I select the Join tab that it's going to open up an application page that I'm going to have to put in my information to join a.
When I click on the Join Now button, I think it would take me to another page, and it would go and ask me for my name, my first name, my last name, my address, my credit card number, things like that, information like that. Okay. Okay. Please locate the join link and describe what fields you need to expect. Okay. So, all right. So I've already answered.
There's the join link, and what do I expect to see? Input fields for my name, address, whatever information you need. So if I click join, I'm going to see input fields for me to put my information as to who I am and my contact information and what have you to set up.
Page. And then as I click join now, I could easily then, that would connect me to the page where I would put my personal information, my payment and my billing information, and I could enter my email and all those things, and it would sign me up to become an ARP member.
To prove my age, as in maybe a driver's license that I know a lot of businesses and organizations pay for the database of many or most states of driver's license information, of auto registration rolls perhaps. And then it would ask if there was a spouse, and if so, what the information is. And I don't know if it would offer me different payment options. I imagine it might even offer me the ability to join for multiple years at perhaps a slight discount or a large discount by doing that. And it might ask for me to refer
what I would expect to find is a format where I enter my name, my address, my payment information, perhaps my spouse's information, my age, perhaps my birth date, all the general stuff that you would give to somebody that would be included in a membership, questions that anyone would ask for a membership. And of course, payment information.
Expect the fields would include my name, date of birth, address, and then I would expect it to include billing information, but I would also hope that there were a PayPal link so I did not have to share my billing information. And then I I would also hope for, but I would expect actually the membership would probably be an auto renew, but I would expect there to be a link. I would hope there would be a link to opt out of that. But the main information that you would be looking for would be name, date of birth, because the community is age restricted, address and billing information, maybe some optional questions about current preferences and concerns about what information I'm interested in, and maybe an opt-in or an opt-out of an email newsletter. Again, I would hope that it would not be too difficult to opt out of.
That if I clicked on that, there would be a form for me to fill out, maybe a little bit of information at the top, and there would be, I would expect a form for my name and my address, my date of birth, maybe my phone number, and a place to pay. Maybe a couple of other pieces of information, possibly social security number, something along that line, driver's license or state ID number. But I would expect it to be a very short form with just a place to pay and a little bit of information.
The fields to be my name, address, date of birth, telephone number, and email address, and my physical address. Name, date of birth, age, telephone number, mailing address, email address. That would be it.
I'm just going to ask for name, address, date of birth. I don't know if it asks for something to prove my age, as in maybe a driver's license. That I know a lot of businesses and organizations pay for the database of many or most states of driver's license information, of auto registration rolls, perhaps. And then it would ask if there was a spouse, and if so, what the information is. And I don't know if it would offer me different payment options. I imagine it might even offer me the ability to join for multiple years at perhaps a slight discount, or a large discount by doing that.